from what I understand, the knee-jerk reaction from the right is this is Biden's fault. He decided to pull the troops, yada yada yada, and then I think the the left is obviously going to back the decision and all that stuff. But I think everybody can back the decision that there shouldn't be troops in Afghanistan, right? Like
at all.
I think as a country, the constituents of the right and left have been in somewhat of agreement that this is a war that we should not be fighting and probably should have never been fighting to begin with. But like for sure at this point,
it seems like everybody knows or recognizes this. We shouldn't be there, but all they're doing is trying to point the finger.
So it seems
who's
like
to blame.
But it seems like in the midst of, I guess what I'm trying to say is in the midst of everything that's going on that has us all so divided, we are all kind of in agreement that no matter what side you're on, troops shouldn't be over there. Like we want those troops back home. So I think that's like, I don't know, important to kind of point out and highlight. Now the politics, the political figures, of course, they're saying who to blame and all that. And so to get into Biden's speech, Chris, did you read his speech at all or like listen to it?
No, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
So at first I was like, well, he had 3 months to like not to change what was going to happen in Trump's deal. But after reading the actual transcript of the speech, because I feel like I'm just always on the edge of my seat waiting for Biden to gaffe when he's like giving a speech that I can't pay attention to.
I love
the
Biden,
speech.
dude.
But anyway,
I love it, man. Little lizard, man.
He does look like a lizard. In a broadhead skink. In the speech, he was saying that Trump made a broadhead skink. That Trump, look it up, broadhead skink.
No.
That Trump made the speech. That Trump made the decision to deal with the Taliban, to have all troops pulled out by this date, and that there wasn't really any like contingencies in that plan, or there wasn't any like, hey, we're still going to keep some troops there to assist in air support, and yada 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 yada. Like this is just kind of what I derived from the speech and other information. And so Biden was like, if we don't do that, then there's going to be repercussions from the Taliban.
Right.
And if we do it, there's probably going to be repercussions from the Taliban. Or they're not going to follow through in their deal because we know the Taliban and all that stuff. So meanwhile, Trump was getting praised for his deals with the Taliban by the right. But as soon as all the shit started hitting the fan in Kabul, how do you say it? Kabul?
Kabul?
Kabul.
I don't know.
As soon as the shit started hitting the fan over there, the RNC pulled all of those articles praising Trump for the deal off of their site, which I think is fucking hilarious. So there's that, to me, assumes some blame, right? Like if you're pulling that information and trying to hide it, that assumes and absorbs some sort of doing in the outcome. But anyway, I'm super long-winded. But I think it's devastating what's happening. But should we be nation building?
No, I don't think so. Who the fuck are we? We still
bats in the West, baby.
Best
God damn.
in the West, baby.
Half this country doesn't. Half this country doesn't seem to think so.
I think that's a Proud Boys statement, so I wouldn't put that on the shirts. I think that's what they claim, that we're the best in the West. I mean, which we are. America, man. God, no one does it better than us. If you create something, I swear to God, America will make it better. China will make it cheaper, but we'll make it better.
I don't know. I've gotten some goods that have been made in China, but like for China, like not shipped, and they were some pretty quality products. Because
good stuff.
I know people that lived over there for a few years, and they like when they shipped everything back over in their shipping containers or whatever, a lot of the things that they had were made in China and like bought in China in stores in China and all that, and like that quality seemed like outstanding. It was kind of odd.
Really?
It was kind of odd. It's almost like what's made in factories over there and shipped overseas is intentional less quality. Maybe I don't know. Not trying to go down a rabbit hole there, but anyway. So do you agree or disagree with Biden, or with pulling troops?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I definitely agree, man. I definitely don't think we should have been over there. I get why we were over there, because it started off with the whole 9/11 and it had to be put on somebody. And we're not going to put blame on Saudi Arabia, who fucking deserves it. So we go over there and we pick on Afghanistan. So
can we even say that's Biden's decision? I mean, he literally was just following through with Trump's deal.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I think any president, dude. I just think, honestly, for once, I just think Biden got a raw deal. If it was under Trump, it would have been the same thing, dude. If it was under any president, it would have been the same way. Yeah. As soon as you pull out those troops, all these Taliban are going to reemerge from their their caves with their goats in tow, and they're going to fuck shit up.
So what happened? What happens next? Like, do they take over all of Afghanistan, and like we just start to ignore it and like turn a blind eye to it?
Yeah, we did the same thing with Vietnam.
So is that going to continue to repeat itself?
Yeah, Viet Cong took over Saigon and South Vietnam and became one whole country. And, I mean, you don't ever hear anything about Vietnam anymore.
But is there still like mass civil war happening there? I mean,
no,
I don't know.
Not that I know of.
I'm dumb as fuck when it comes to foreign affairs shit. So
I mean, not that I know.
What were you gonna say, Chris? According to who?
The U.S. State Department came out and told the Taliban to start their own government, like they needed representation.
So okay.
So
that's interesting.
I think
is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Come to accept.
Well,
right, they're just going to.
I don't know if it's. I don't think it really matters. They're going to make up their own shit anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, and I guess that's one of the problems too. Is like the existing Afghan government was so corrupt that like it just couldn't stand on its own.
And guess who was running that shit? Americans, man. Same thing with South Vietnam. We were helping them run their government, and it was so fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
So corrupt. People thought that they had a voice, the South Vietnamese, going out and voting for the president. The whole time it was rigged. The whole time it was rigged.
God, sounds like here.
Yeah.
In the United States knew it and turned a blind eye. They told the president at the time, like, at least make it look good. And the guy won like 90% of the vote. And people didn't like him. The people hated him, man.
It totally sounds like the 2020 election. It's like Biden. Look, man, just win by a little bit. And he's like, I got this. I got this.
The most liked president ever.
Right. I'm going to get the most votes out of any president in history. I'm going to get like 74 million votes. I'm a good guy.